Good morning, Portland. I'm Steve Leader.
And I'm Rebecca Marshall.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8th.
Lars Larson checks in with the Rose City
Sports at 15 and 45 on your home of the Ducks and Blazers. Here's
your station for fair and balanced news. News Radio 750 KXL.
Why do people like to come to Farmington Gardens?
I come here because you often have plants I can't find anywhere else. In fact, the lavenders I bought a Q Red and a Portuguese Giant. I've never seen them anywhere else.
Discover thousands of varieties of plants grown right here in Northwest soil. Great choice, great prices, and advice from the experts.
Farmington's very good at helping me find the right plant because they truly listen to what I'm trying to do with my garden.
Just a short drive out Farmington Road in Olola. Farmington Gardens, we're growing for you.
Eliminate slick, unsightly algae, moss and mold the easy way with 30 seconds outdoor cleaner. Before 30 seconds, after. Before, after. Spray it on, wait, hose it off. It's not magic, it's 30 seconds outdoor cleaner. Easy to use, the best you can buy.
You can really live the difference at Willamette View, where whole person wellness for your body and mind is at the center of Portland's premier senior residence. Our just opened Wellness Center offers state-of-the-art fitness equipment, indoor pool, and programs for residents' mental and emotional well-being. You'll love our wellness lifestyle and the views from our landscaped acreage on the Willamette River. Discover the difference for yourself. Come see why Willamette View has more to offer.
Good morning, Portland. I'm Steve Leader.
And I'm Rebecca Marshall.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 8th.
Lars Larson checks in with the Rose City
Sports at 15 and 45 on your home of the Ducks and Blazers. Here's
your station for fair and balanced news. News Radio 750 KXL.
Well, on a nice sunny day, that usually means in Oregon, gardeners get out and do something. We're in the garden of Rich Baer right now, and Rich has many, many roses, and he's begun to prune, and you can see this is one that has been pruned. You can see it's pretty drastic compared to what this bush was. Rich, good morning.
Morning, Mike.
Nice to be in your garden again. Tell me, this bush that you just pruned was like this?
It was the same.
All right. Now, this one looks like it might have been pruned a little bit already?
I cut them down a little bit last fall, but you see these places obviously I didn't because they've still got the dead flowers on them from last year.
All right. Now, with the new growth coming out, a question I'm going to get from people is it too late to prune?
You know, the earlier you do it right now, the better it is, but don't let that new growth hurt you or worry about it. Now, if you wait till June, you don't want to do it in June.
Right, okay, so go ahead and start pruning, and I'm just going to ask you some questions as you go along.
Okay, you'll see on this bush, almost all the canes are nice and new. Here's an older one down here, so I'm just going to cut this one out as a first cut. And with rose pruning, there's several things that we need to know. You can leave the rose at any height you want as long as when you get finished, the cane that you leave will hold up the new growth. So you can leave it here, or you can cut it shorter like I did in the other bush. And you really need to look at that, and then you get to decide how tall do I want it to be, because the shorter you cut it right now, the shorter this bush is going to be when it blooms the first time in the summer. And then after that, you get to decide how tall your bush is going to be by whether or not how far you cut the dead flowers
So
off.
Now the criteria is you're making some decisions on how tall this is going to be with the flowers when they come out in the spring.
Pretty much.
All right.
And one thing which I would like to mention to people is if you stagger the height of the bush, if you got nice big canes, the tall canes will bloom a little bit earlier than the shorter canes will, because the buds here are more active than the ones that we've down here. And so this one will actually start to grow about 2 weeks sooner than the ones lower. And basically that could be a finished job on here because all the canes are nice and big and healthy, and they will hold up the new flowers.
I want to ask you something here. You're not sealing it, or you are?
There's no reason to seal them. There's a little bug that people worry about, but they don't do any damage to the roses, and it's a lot of extra work you don't need to deal with.
All right, and one of the things you had mentioned to me was have a good pair of pruners. You have Felco, and they are sharp.
I have Felco pruners, and most of the time I use these two pieces of equipment in the garden. If it's too big for this, the saw works really nice. Here's one I just cut off another plant. You see, sometimes if you've got old bushes, you've got some really big stuff that you need to cut, and you want to cut it off flush with the bud union, which is where they come from. And it's very hard to get in there with a pair of loppers, but the saw, you can maneuver right into the bottom of the bush, cut it, and not leave stubs that don't look very good.
Okay.
It's all about making them look good.
But to let people know, now's the time to do it.
Now's a great time, anytime this month.
And it's also the time to plant.
if you go by now, their roses are out there in the market.
Right, and I wanted to mention 2 of the All-American rose winners that you actually grew last year in your garden. One was Moon Dance.
That's a very nice multi-petaled floribunda rose.
White.
Big flowers, pure white.
And then Strike It Rich.
And that's a very nice, very floriferous gold rose with a little bit of red tinge on the outside.
And both of them did perform pretty well for you this last year?
They both bloomed very well in the garden.
And I just wondered, do you like Strike It Rich?
Rich, absolutely.
Because you're Rich Baer?
Of
Is that
course.
right? Okay. Well, Rich, it's been great being in your garden. It's always fun to come, and I think this is just really good information to give people. Prune roses, now's the time.
Now's the time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.